I'll never forget the sound of paper sliding across the dining table that night. It wasn't bills, it wasn't junk. No, it was colder, heavier. Divorce papers. Find a new home, she said flatly, as though she were telling me to pick up groceries. For a moment, I just stared at her, eyes tracing the bold print across the front page. Dissolution of marriage. We had been married for 10 years. 10 years of shared laughter, shared struggles, shared promises. And she was ending it like a business transaction. No tears. No hesitation. She couldn't even look at me in the eye. My mind spiraled. Had I failed as a husband? Was I no longer enough? Why so sudden? What cut deepest? Wasn't the papers. It was the way she said it. Detached. Like she'd been practicing for weeks. That night, lying awake in the guest room she suggested I use until I moved out, I realized something was horribly off. This wasn't just about divorce. In the days that followed, I tried to make sense of it. Sure, things hadn't been perfect, but they hadn't been falling apart either. Or so I thought. But then my mind started noticing things I had ignored. Her constant smiles at her phone late at night. The sudden overtime shifts where she'd come home freshly showered, makeup intact. The way physical affection had dwindled to almost nothing. I wanted desperately to believe I was overthinking. But her urgency for me to leave the house, quickly and quietly, gnawed at me like a bad omen. The papers didn't just say I want out. They said, you don't belong here anymore. Why? One evening, my gut told me to check her phone when she left it on the kitchen counter. No password, she trusted that I never snooped. And usually I didn't. But that night, I saw a message preview flash across the screen. A heart emoji from a name I didn't recognize. I froze. My throat tightened. The message vanished before I could read more, but my stomach already knew. From then on, I started paying attention. The mileage on her car didn't add up with her supposed gym visits. Her stories were riddled with little inconsistencies. Who she was with, what she was doing. Lies, painted clumsily as busy routines. The woman who just told me to find a new home already had another life behind my back. I wasn't ready to confront her yet. I wanted the truth carved in stone, unshakable. So I started documenting. I checked bank statements, random restaurant bills, hotel charges. I tracked her phone records and noticed repeat calls to one specific number. Then one night, I did something I never thought I'd do. I followed her. She had told me she was heading to yoga. Instead, I watched her drive across town, her car pulling into the driveway of a house I didn't recognize. From the street, I saw the front door open. A man stepped out. She smiled, wide, radiant, like she hadn't smiled at me in months. Then she fell into his arms. I felt my chest cave in. My knuckles clenched the steering wheel as though it were the only thing keeping me tethered. It wasn't just suspicion anymore. It was fact. Over the next week, I gathered my arsenal. Screenshots of credit card charges. Photos of late-night visits. Even the text logs from her phone. When I finally dared to open the messages, their intimacy left no shred of doubt. But the worst discovery came when I reread the divorce papers. The way she filed suggested timing and leverage. She wanted me pushed out fast, so the house would appear vacant when she moved forward. And then I learned the final insult. Her lover was planning to move into our house the moment I left. Our house. The one I worked years to pay off. The one that legally, on paper, was under only my name. The betrayal transformed into a cold rage. She wanted me out? Fine. But it wouldn't be me standing on the curb. The night came like something out of a scene I'd never imagined myself in. She pulled into the driveway, her lover beside her, confident smirks plastered on their faces, probably ready to claim what they thought was theirs. But when she reached for her keys, the lock wouldn't turn. I had already changed it. From inside, I stepped forward as she pounded on the door. Her voice, infuriated and desperate, called my name. Then I pressed the folder against the glass window pane. Photos. Bank receipts. Text printouts. Every lie laid bare. Her face drained of color. The man tried to puff his chest, muttering something about talking this out like adults. But I cut him off, my voice calm and razor sharp. This is my home. My name is on the deed. You'll never step foot inside. She switched rapidly, from pleading, to shouting, to tears. But my resolve was iron. Years of humiliation compressed into one steady breath. For the first time, her control vanished. That scene on the porch was enough to fracture them beyond repair. Within days, her lover slipped away from the fantasy. They never even lasted a week once the secrecy was gone. Her friends heard whispers. Her family learned the truth after I refused to cover for her. She wanted the world to believe I was the unhinged husband she had to escape. But evidence doesn't lie. Her reputation unraveled, piece by piece. And I didn't have to lift another finger. Standing alone in that house, the same house she told me to leave, I felt something unexpected. Not triumph, not gloating, but peace. Yes, she betrayed me. Yes, she tried to replace me. But in the end, she exiled herself. I locked the door that night not just against her and her lover. I locked it against every lie, every false smile, every cruel dismissal. She told me, find a new home. So I did. Right here, in the silence she left behind. And this time, it was truly mine.